Have you ever wondered why she suddenly pulls away, even when you thought everything was going right? The answer might shock you. One single wrong touch can instantly make a woman feel unsafe, uncomfortable, and completely lose trust in you forever. Most men are silently ruining their chances, not because they're bad guys, but because they're touching her in ways she hates without even knowing it. In this video, I'll expose the 5 forbidden zones on a woman's body. You must never touch unless you want her to see you as needy, weak, or worse, creepy. These aren't just tips, they're survival rules for modern attraction. Miss these, and you'll become invisible in her world. But if you stay till the end, I'll reveal something no woman will ever confess to your face. The one body part every man wrongly believes is safe to touch, but secretly terrifies her. Ready to protect your image, boost your confidence, and master her psychology? Then don't miss a second of this video, because one mistake can end everything. Let's start. Chapter 1. Her chest area sensitive zone. Allow me to begin by posing a straightforward yet startling inquiry. When approaching a lady physically, what is the most common blunder that 90% of guys do? Nothing is being misunderstood. Words are not being used too quickly. It's getting under her skin at the wrong moment. To be more precise, she was lying on her chest. Come on, isn't that obvious? You may be asking. Unless she specifically invites me, I certainly would not touch her there. The underlying risk, though, is that a lot of men do it without realizing it. Whether you're reaching for something and accidentally brush against her or playfully bump her shoulder and your hand slips, it happens. Unknowingly brushing across her breast region with your elbow as you lean in for chat is possible. She takes note. On every occasion. Why? Reason being, her chest is more than skin. That area is off limits. She has internalized a psychological barrier around that area of her body since she was a teenager. She learned the hard way that she needed to protect her chest from prying eyes, hurtful comments spoken in public, and other awkward situations. No matter how innocuous your intentions, her mind will go into defense mode the moment you breach that invisible line, regardless of whether you are her date, friend, or someone she trusts on a deeper level. And the most startling thing is, it doesn't feel daring or alluring to touch her chest, even lightly. This is rather intrusive. She has no animosity toward you. The problem is that her body isn't comfortable. As an example, I'll offer you this. Imagine the thing that means the world to you. It might be your phone, the vehicle you drive, its contents. Picture this. You're making your way through a throng when a complete stranger's trembling hand barely touches it. You start to feel anxious, don't you? Arms and legs tense up. Your natural reaction is to either pull away or hold on tighter. Why? You care about that thing. You safeguard it. Women typically take care of their chests in such way. The majority of guys make the mistake of thinking that physical contact is the key to establishing rapport. Yet physical touch is ineffective in establishing rapport. Presence is the key, in the form of energy. With dignity, she doesn't think he's confident when he touches her chest too quickly or accidentally. Because of this, she concludes that you are impulsive. Ignoring her thoughts in favor of her physical form is evident. And believe me when I say this, if a woman gets the impression that you're more interested in her body than in winning her trust, the game is over. Her voice drops. Perhaps not in a verbal form. However, she feels a distancing of her heart. She loses her grin. On the inside, though, she is defending herself against you. The lesson that men of importance understand is this. Her trust in you will grow as you learn to honor her space. Making her feel emotionally protected is more important than hurrying physical milestones. When am I going to be able to touch her? Should become less of a thought. Consider, when will she be comfortable enough to ask me to? Reassure them with your demeanor that you are not in a rush. I have command. Since having self-assurance isn't about stealing from other people, the key is to be patient and wait for an offer. If she gets too near when you're out on a date, keep the vault in mind. There is a lock on her chest. This is not due to her dislike of you. The reason being that you haven't proven yourself worthy of access just yet. Physical access isn't the same as emotional access. The door is hers to open. She will open her thoughts if you respect her body. As for when her eyes open, its form follows suit. Chapter 2. Her backside. Do not be playful here. I mean, come on. Everyone has seen it in a movie. The guy taps the girl on the behind in a fun manner. She laughs, and the two of them flirt, which is adorable. Thinking, perhaps if I do that, she'll find it playful too, is a reasonable response. However, the truth is, touching a lady behind, particularly in the beginning of a relationship, does not elicit laughter in real life. She feels uneasy about it. In a narrative, I'll tell you. I'll show you why most men don't know they're living. Picture this. While strolling down a downtown street, we are in the late hours. Someone seems to be following you, so you can't help but look over your shoulder. You seem anxious. All noises seem much louder than they actually are. All of a sudden, you feel a gentle touch on your back. The thought makes you cringe. Your heart is pounding. Next, turn the tables on us. This is a common experience for many women, particularly when someone approaches them from behind. Her rear end is more than a mere body feature. It serves as her protective perimeter because she can't see it, foresee it, or fight herself in time. It's the area where her subconscious dread being touched the most. Now consider this. Regardless of her feelings for you, regardless of whether she has an emotional connection, she feels unsafe whenever someone touches her behind, even if it's only jokingly. She seems like an object rather than a person to you. Simply said, her brain will not interpret a physical contact to mean he likes me until you have earned her trust emotionally first. The message reads, he doesn't value me. What happens when you set that off? Returning is not easy. Perhaps this tale sounds familiar. Jack, one of my clients, once confided in me that he mistook physical playfulness for physical, mocking on every date he went on. After they had a good laugh on a date, he patted the girl on the behind as she went ahead. Her vitality shifted in an instant. What about the grin? Gone. What was said? Cold. She called it a night 2 hours after that. Plus, Jack lost all contact with her thereafter. Why? He failed to grasp the concept that the rear end is not a place for play. This area serves as a buffer zone. Instead, what are you supposed to do? Show leadership by being there, not by taking action. Your uneasiness, not confidence, will be on display if you seek for any opportunity to touch her body. Manly guys don't look to physical contact for approval. They bring solace by way of energy. When a woman feels comfortable around you, her body language changes. She gets closer all by herself. Because of this, she will lean toward you. Then she reach out and touch your arm. Because you respected her enough to let physical connection to develop at her own speed. Rather than because you pursued it, she will seek it out. As for the most important rule, here it is. We want every touch to be warm and inviting, not presumed. You don't start a relationship on the backside. Not where trust starts, but where it stops. Caress her too hastily. Gradually, she withdraws. Help her to feel secure. She approaches independently. You get to decide. When you feel the want to be playful in the future, consider asking yourself, are you aiming to be the kind of guy she fondly recalls? Alternatively, the one she mysteriously blocks. Dress her with dignity. Establish a foundation of trust. Make an impression. I'll show you how to win. Chapter 3. Her inner thighs strictly off. Let us now move on to a more weighty topic. Beneath her thighs. Also, you might be surprised to hear that many men mistakenly think that physical contact in this area creates sexual chemistry. I want to be quite clear, it doesn't. Touching a woman's inner thighs without her deepest trust, or at the last possible moment, is an irreparable transgression. I will tell you. Why? Both physically and mentally. Her inner thighs are among her most intimate body parts. Her inner thighs are a very private area that conveys the message. You're too close, in contrast to her more open areas, like her hand or shoulder. Just picture this. On the couch, you sit next to her. There is an air of carefree joy throughout the discussion. She amuses herself. She is bending over. Things are looking up, you tell yourself. Perhaps I can level up my game. At that moment, you commit a grave error, perhaps carelessly brushing across her thigh. I'm building attraction, you think? However, what is going on in her head? No. Her unconscious mind says at the first thought, because her inner thighs serve as invisible boundaries for her property. She doesn't feel any closer when you cross them without permission. She feels pressured, and what's worse yet, her doubts about your motives have grown. Is it true that you have feelings for her, or are you only interested in her physical appearance? Truthfully, this is a show of trust, not amusement. When a man touches a woman on the inner thigh, it loses its allure when touched too soon. It isn't natural. Then what's your next move? Be patient. Concentrate on touching her feelings rather than her physique. Make it clear that you value her personal space more than having physical contact with her, because being physically near to her is second nature when she feels secure. Once you've established trust, touching her thighs won't feel inappropriate. You'll feel as though she welcomed you to this relationship. Not forgetting, developing allure does not occur in the inner thighs. Trust is rewarded there. Chapter 4. Her lower belly close to private zones. Touching a woman's lower belly, particularly below the navel, is a huge faux pas that may subtly ruin the connection. Something most men don't notice until it's too late. I know what you're thinking. Don't you think it's not too close? It is really close to her waistline. Totally incorrect. The location where her most intimate parts are located is perilously near to her lower tummy. It doesn't feel flirtatious to touch here, even lightly. This is rather intrusive. Come with me while I paint a picture. Picture yourself going on a date. So far, so good. You two may be standing side by side in the kitchen, making a meal and laughing it up. You casually extend your hand, maybe playfully placing it at her waist or lower abdomen. This feels casual and romantic. You think to yourself, yet what about in her head? She stiffens up. A tense expression crosses her face. No, she feels confined. She has no sense of connection. Why? The lower tummy is not a casual zone for women. It's in too close proximity to places her mind naturally shields itself against. She will still be wary if you touch this area too soon, regardless of how much faith she may have in you. It shows that you're pushing her limits too quickly. So, here's the takeaway. Even if you didn't want to, touching her lower tummy will make her feel intimate. You have entered a realm of deeper connection in her subconscious. What if you haven't established faith in them just yet? No matter how physically near she stays, she will emotionally withdraw. Is there a way to fix this? Keep it together. Make an effort to treat her with dignity. Give the physical gestures of talking, making eye contact, and just being there a rest. Give her the impression that she can rely on your restraint. The ability to control one's impulses is empowering for women. If you physically withdraw, she will feel more comfortable leaning in emotionally. Should we wait till she's ready first? She will lead the way. However, till then, stay away from her lower abdomen. This isn't just any room. It holds a special place in her heart. Chapter 5. Her neck sensitive but dangerous. I have a question for you. Have you ever had a sudden surge of desire and reached out to touch someone's neck, only to have her instinctively withdraw or appear uneasy? You wouldn't believe how many men experience it. The shocking thing is that her neck is among her most alluring features. If you touch it at the appropriate moment, it may evoke strong feelings. But only then. Time is something that most guys misjudge. Why? Due to the fact that people equate sensuality with security. What most men fail to realize is that a woman's neck is not a casual part of her body. This zone is extremely personal and linked to her instincts for survival, as well as her sensual desires. Consider, she is exposing her neck. It's defenseless. It is naturally protected by her body. For this reason, it lacks excitement when a guy lunges for her neck too hastily, particularly in the absence of profound emotional trust. The atmosphere is dangerous. I have a little tale to tell you. Jake, one of my clients, said in me that he had always believed that stroking a woman's neck was a sign of self-assurance. If he had a connection with her on a first date, he would playfully stroke her neck or sweep her hair aside. In his opinion, it demonstrated leadership, but without fail. The ladies drew away. He was perplexed as to why. Perhaps they weren't interested in him, he wondered. The true cause, though, Not her desire, but her dread was being aroused by him. You can't expect a woman's subconscious to interpret an early touch on her neck as flirtatious. She interprets it as a signal from her body. The blood, the air, and her own being are all in close proximity to her neck. It's naturally guarded. So, what was Jake's mistake? So, what's your plan? Let her extend her neck toward you. It's that easy, without really exposing her neck. A woman's body language will reveal that she is completely at ease and emotionally attached. When she feels this way, leaning toward you, she will tilt her head and smooth her hair back. I trust you now. That's her subconscious communicating with you. Prior to that, remain put. Attraction doesn't start at the neck. You can verify it there. If you attempt to appear alluring by leaning in too quickly, you appear to be just like every other hasty guy who tries to hurry her. Instead, use patience as you lead. Allow your self-control to heighten the stress. Instead of imposing your contact on her, make her desire it. The more restraint you exercise, the stronger your touch will be. Therefore, the next time you feel the want to put your hand on her neck, consider, is her non-verbal communication with me a sign of consent? Alternately, am I rushing things? Because true guys aren't trusting. People deserve it. Plus, when does she feel secure? At that point, her neck is no longer a barrier but an invitation. Honor it. Additionally, she will hold you in high regard. Conclusion. Now you know the hard truth. It matters more when and where you touch her than what you say to her. Everything may be ruined before it even starts. If just one negligent touch or one incorrect move is made, the majority of men quietly lose, not because they are inherently terrible, but simply because they were never taught otherwise. What you just learned is something that 99% of men will never learn. There are 5 sensitive regions that women keep hidden from the world, and you should never touch them until you have her complete confidence. Being respectful isn't a luxury, it's a need. Why? Because most guys hurry into relationships and damage them. But when you quietly respect her boundaries, you create an emotional connection. The biggest surprise, though, is that control, not contact, is what matters most. Authority over one's own life. Master your urges. In the absence of you, men who can manage their energy are more desirable to women than those who are unable to do so. So, the question to ask is, are you prepared to be that man? Stop wasting time if you care about yourself, and are prepared to learn how to attract people rather than being attracted to them. To show that you're committed to making a change, hit the like button. Since being honest is the first step toward change, please share in the comments whatever error caught you off guard. Finally, if you want to know certain top secret tactics that no one else has, you should subscribe immediately. The lessons you've learned today will shape your relationships going forward. Use it, honor it, and triumph covertly. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, maintain your composure, keep focused, and remain valuable. Thanks for watching.